I'm really excited about this video. I'm sorry. My name is Alex Davis and I'm super excited that you stuck around to watch this episode on my YouTube channel. I make videos Monday through Friday every single day for you so you can enjoy them about self-help, relationships, fitness, and all things business. That is me and that is what we're talking about. But today is a very specific topic, and that is how to escape mediocrity. Well, what is mediocrity? It is the mediocre result of things. It is the population of people that just wake up, go to job, do the bare minimum work, maybe even try a little bit but don't really get results that they want to see, have mediocre relationships and average things in life. It is very stupid and it's very dumb. And I don't know why anyone would ever succumb to something like that. I'm 17 years old and people say, oh, you're just a 17-year-old, you need to relax a little bit more. No, you need to relax and you need to try a little bit harder. Being mediocre is the worst thing that you could possibly do for yourself, especially because you have the option. Life is a choice, and you can choose to be excellent or you can choose to be mediocre. And in a life where time is so limited, why would you ever put on the table the option for mediocre to be an option? There's no reason that you need to stay who you were 5 seconds ago, especially if that person is producing mediocre results, getting you mediocre relationships. There's a saying from Wolf of Wall Street, I've been a rich man and I've been a poor man. I prefer a rich man every time. Now that doesn't just mean a fiscal status, a hefty bank account, and a nice net worth. It means wealth in all terms of the word. It means health, wealth, love, and happiness. The 4 pillars of success that you need to ingrain in your body. But mediocre doesn't mean that you'll be able to attain that. In order to obtain something like that, it means excellence. It doesn't just mean working 100 hours a week. I mean, it could and does sometimes. It means being disciplined, being vigorous, and making sure you have goals, setting boundaries, doing things that actually make you productive, make you better, make sure that you're making progress on your life. If every single year of your life you're making $100,000 a year, you need to do something different, especially if you've been doing that for 30 years. There's no reason that you should have the same amount of money coming in every single year. Every single day you're pushing harder, making more progress, and actually ultimately upping your game. So that means that the first year you're making 100, then the next year you're making 200, then 400, then 1 million, then 2 million, then 10 million. Then all of a sudden you're exponentially increasing your net worth and being excellent at what you do, at who you are, every single day of your life. Because you have the option to do that. Not because, no. You need to make success your duty, as Grant Cardone says, and you need to make sure you're doing that now. You don't allow any time to slip out of your day. You watch this video because you want to make a change. I want you to make a change for you. Denzel Washington has this huge, gorgeous speech when he speaks at graduations that says, I don't understand why people say you need a plan B. Plan B is mediocre, okay? Plan B is like you having something to fall back on. If I'm gonna fall, why would I want to fall back on anything? I want to fall forward. I want to make sure that I actually can see what I'm hitting when I'm falling down on the ground. Why would you ever want to go backwards? This is what the thing that people think in their mind. They're like, oh, I'm stuck in the past. Oh, last year was better. Oh, the best 4 years of my life were in college. And now I'm 78 years old and I'm wondering, what am I doing with my life? You're having a midlife crisis at 50 because you don't know who you are, where you are, and what you're doing. This is the problem with people. I'm saying this as a 17-year-old kid because 10 months ago, I was in the worst place in my life. I had been so consistently complacent with who I was in my situation, constantly going after, instant gratification and not having long-term relations with people. Myself. I had no sense of self. I had no idea who I was or who I was becoming or who I was making of myself and the impact I was leaving behind. I didn't really care, frankly. I didn't even care about college or school or anything. And maybe I don't care about college right now, but that's not the point. I care about myself, making sure this person is better because this person can provide value to you. And without me, I can't do my job. And that job is to wake up every day and serve other individuals. And if I can't do that, then you're probably out there, you're suffering because you haven't heard my voice. Now, if this voice is something that is actually inspiring you, making you push for better things, and making you happier in your life, then that is incredible. And that is the reason I'm here. But if I don't show up, if I'm just being mediocre, I won't sit in front of this camera and make myself uncomfortable and make myself sweat with a sore throat. I'll just sit back in my bed and press the snooze button every time I want to go to sleep. Or maybe just play on my phone and swipe through social media like half the population does with 8 hours of screen time every single day. That is the problem here. That is the problem that so many people are facing. That they don't know where they're going, who they are, or what they're becoming. Your actions have a direct correlation to the person you become. Your thoughts are up here, and that correlates down to the choices that you make, the actions that you take, and ultimately the person you become. Ask yourself, who am I going to become? You're not just going to become rich and famous out of nowhere. That never happens. That never has happened. It is a conscious decision that you wake up and you say to yourself every single day, I want to be a millionaire. I want to make $1 million in the next 90 days, and I'm going to do it because I've made the conscious decision, the conscious action that I'm going to be taking every single day for the rest of the time that I'm waking up for the next 90 days. But I can't just randomly wake up and have $1 million banked in the bank. I can't just have the bag sitting on my desk with $1 million in it because I haven't made the conscious decision to do that. This video is about how to escape mediocrity, and now that I'm done getting all frustrated, I am going to help you do the same thing. So, obviously you probably know by this point, being mediocre doesn't take a lot. It literally doesn't take a lot. Being excellent doesn't take a lot either. It takes a choice, a commitment, and a decision to being excellent. You have to choose consciously, waking up right now and saying, I'm going to be excellent. I'm going to be better than I was yesterday. It's not saying that I'm going to be better than you, or I'm going to be better than you, or I'm going to have more money than you, or more success than you, or I'm cooler than you, or I'm going to wear better Gucci flip-flops than you. No, it's saying I'm going to be better than I am. I'm going to provide more value than I did. I'm going to make sure that I'm 1% better every single day. I'm going to make sure I'm going to read books every single week to make sure that I'm fine-tuning my mind, fine-tuning my knowledge, making myself a better learner, a better person of value, making sure that I'm constantly increasing the money that I have coming in. That's the thing you should be striving for. Betterment of yourself, betterment of your internal and external conditions that you have surrounding yourself so that your life is better. If I was somebody who was complacent and mediocre, I'd be okay with the life that I'm living right now. I'd be okay with surrounding myself with individuals that don't really care, that like to party, that like to drink, that like to go out and do nothing. But I'm not. I'm very disciplined and selective about the people I am with every single day, because I know just how influential those people are in my ultimate success. I understand that if I spend too much time in front of the TV, which I don't spend any time in front of, but if I did, I could actually have some negative impacts, because all of a sudden the input's going right into my brain, it's filtering right through, and it's making some alterations to the person that I am, the chemical homeostasis that I have, and it's making changes to me every single day. This is a very important thing that you need to understand, and it starts with number one, awareness. Awareness is the only way you'll ever escape mediocrity, because you need to be aware that you have a problem. I'm speaking loud, I'm speaking angrily, because I know that people have problems, and I know that I have a problem, I know that everybody has a problem, but you cannot know that you have a problem if you're not aware that you have a problem, if you don't acknowledge you have a problem, if you're not accountable for your problems. So understand you have a problem. Understand that you need to change. Understand that you need to make your life situation better, your circumstance. It is your duty. It is everybody else's duty. Because if you don't, then nobody else will. It's not like you're going to hit the lottery and win $1 million, because guess what? Even if you did, even if you won 10 million, 40 million, 100 million, which you're probably smiling right now, if you won $100 million in the lottery, I guarantee you in 2 years that money would be gone, down the drain, because you don't know how to make money, you don't know how to multiply it, you don't know how to earn it, you don't know how to keep it. You don't know, because you're mediocre. Your habits, the way you function, the way you move, the way you talk is mediocre. Excellence would say that you got $100 million right now, and you can multiply that. Make it 200, and then 1 billion. That's excellence, because you're ultimately improving your life circumstances, your internal condition. You're making your environment better. It's not that hard. Excellence is a choice. It starts with awareness. So once you're aware, once you understand that something's wrong, once you understand that I'm not happy with who I am, you can start making changes to better that situation. But it will never happen. It will never happen if you don't actively pursue it. If you don't actively commit to it every single day. Once I turn off this camera and I leave this chair and I go downstairs to eat my beautiful dinner and I come back up here and grind for the next 6 hours, you're not going to be there. You're probably going to be going right back to the thing that you've been doing the entire day. Maybe that's scrolling on your phone, smoking another blunt, doing whatever it is that distracts you from pain or your circumstance in life. Maybe it's going to bed. You have two options right now. Option number one is you stay the way that you are. Option number two is that you actively pursue better condition. I prefer you to say the option number two every single day of your life. Push the envelope further. Make the situation better. Start falling forward because you have a choice. I don't know why you say that, oh, well, it's just easier to do this. It's about the same amount of energy and work putting into both options, so might as well pick the better of the two. Okay. So now we're on the same page. Now you finally have kind of decided that you want to pursue excellence, but how do you really do it? It's simple. You need a routine. You need accountability. You need to make sure that you have good habits. You need to make sure you have goals. You need to make sure you have a mentor. You need to make sure that you're actively pursuing an education. That doesn't mean college, but that does mean that you're actually reading books and learning about yourself, learning who you are, learning what you hate, learning what things are wrong with you so you can help improve your situation internally and externally so you can get better results. You need to actively pursue better friends, actively pursue better environments to be around and be in. That's how you escape mediocrity. You need to improve your fitness. You need to stop lying to yourself every single day. You need to actually stay consistent with the things that you're going to say you're going to do. If you buy a gym membership and you stop going because, I'm just too tired. Life is just hard. Work is just getting out of hand. And you really want to be in fitness, then quit your job. If that's what it takes for you to stay committed to something is quitting your job, then quit your job. Because you'll never stay committed to anything. What I absolutely hate is when people say, I'm going to start getting back into this. Good. I hope you do. And I hope you stay with it for the next 300 hours, for the next 300 days, the next 300 years of your life. Because I also hear people say, I'm going to get back into this. And then 2 days later I hear, it's just, work's getting too hard. You don't understand the way that you're spending your time. It forms an identity, and that is why I'm so urgent about this. Because you actually have an identity, an internal dialogue that filters through every single day, 365, 24/7. Every single day, every single decade, every single century. It filters through your mind. They're the voices in your head that say you'll never do this, you can't do that, you're not a millionaire, you'll never be a billionaire, you don't know how to do it, you're unexperienced, you have no skills. You're scared of talking to the camera. Nobody's going to want to talk to you. You're ugly. That's the internal dialogue. And every single time you quit and you choose mediocrity over success and excellence, you add one tally to the internal voice that goes in your head that says, yeah, buddy, I'm right. You're nothing. I'm right. You can't do it. You're not consistent. And then you start believing it. Then it starts becoming a reality. It's a feedback loop. It's you say it once, your mind says it, and then it says it again because it said it the first time, and then it says it again because it just said it again, and then all of a sudden it starts making sense to you that it just keeps saying it. You hear the words enough and you start to believe them. You hear the words enough and you start to actually repeat it. You say, this person's bad. You say that enough times and you start believing that person's bad. And then you start treating him poorly because you think that person is bad. You think you're a bad writer. You want to know what's funny? My entire life, I thought I was a bad writer. Every single time I went into English class, I'd fail. I took a college English course in 9th grade and failed it. The hardest class I've ever taken, and that was what accelerated my work ethic so hard. I read every single classic novel. I read every single passage. I spent all my time in this class and I failed it. I was so disappointed and so angry with myself, and I said, Alex, you're just not a writer. And so I'm writing 2 books. I wrote one this fall, and I'm writing one this summer. I'm actually on page 40 of it. I wrote it in 2 days. 40 pages in 2 days. I'll probably finish that book by the end of the week. But I'm not a writer. Maybe the book sucks, but I wrote it. Where's your book? I wake up at 5 a.m. every single day to prove to myself that I'm disciplined. I've never been disciplined in my life. I like to play video games every single hour, every single day. My mom literally would unplug the PlayStation and say, you get 1 hour of this a day. Because it's becoming a problem. It's starting to affect your relationships with people. It's starting to affect your school life. It is starting to affect your mental health. You need to stop doing this. But now I'm disciplined. Now I wake up at 5 a.m. I work out. I have a schedule. I have an actual routine. I make sure that I'm working 1 hour and 30-minute blocks, deep works. I'm my own boss now. And I never used to like that. I never liked to work on my own. I always like to rely on other people. In school, I literally rely on my best friend to do my homework, to copy tests, to do assignments together because I just didn't know how to do it myself. And then in high school, I snapped into gear and I said, no, you're going to do this yourself because guess what? When you get out in the real world, there is going to be no person that you're going to copy off of, rely on to do anything. You need to choose success for yourself. These are the things you need to be successful. It is a choice. It really is. You can choose mediocrity or you can choose excellence. But you can't choose both. It's one or the other. What are you going to choose? With that said and done, ladies and gentlemen, I'm super excited and glad that you actually decided to stick around for another episode. So I hope to see you all in the next video. I love you very much, and peace out.